Well, welcome once again. Today's History, Upper Ohio Valley. I'm your host, Bob Connors. We have some very interesting things to talk about. I hope you enjoy it. I know I'm going to enjoy it. I cannot wait to get into a conversation with Nicole Snodgrass,
Hello.
who is with Restore and Yoga and Wellness. Is that correct?
Yes.
And where's that located?
Right uptown, 150 West Main Street in St. Clairsville.
Okay. Well, why don't we start with, I'm not so sure that everybody understands what yoga is. I know it started in India. I know that it is at least 5,000 years old, and some
Correct.
say 10,000. So it's really old.
It's very old, yes.
And there are various types of yoga that have developed over all of those years, all of those thousands of years. So I guess what I'm going to ask you is start with when it got to America.
Okay.
When did it arrive here, about when?
Okay. Well, yoga arrived in America in the late 1800s, actually. It didn't get popular until around the 50s in Hollywood. The first yoga school was opened in Hollywood in the 50s, and then it just increased from there.
And then it started from there. So it's been here a while, in other words.
Yeah, a pretty long time. I think there's like 16 million people that do yoga in the United States now.
Holy, I wonder how many worldwide. I bet that's a big number.
That's probably a huge number.
I'll
Yeah.
bet it is. You know,
Yeah.
5,000 years old and it's still going. Sort of says something. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about some of the different things like suspension yoga and the different types.
Okay. Of yoga that we do
Yeah.
at Restore. Yeah, we do a lot of different types of yoga. Our grounded yoga, which we do all on the floor. We have your beginner level classes, gentle classes, restorative classes. We also have power classes as well, which is the more physical part of yoga. And then we offer suspension yoga, which is a form of aerial yoga. So we're hooked in from the ceiling, and we do a lot of the basic yoga poses from a hammock that's hanging from the ceiling.
Oh, that's interesting.
Very therapeutic to the body, takes a lot of weight off of the joints, and also hanging upside down is very beneficial to the body. And then we also have an infrared heated room. We can get to 104 degrees. In the wintertime, it's a little difficult to get that hot,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of benefits to doing a hot class as well for the body.
Oh, good. So just for clarification, the yoga is a set of various poses, some stretching, some various kinds of things, and from that you derive inner peace and other things, that mental health.
Oh yes, yes. So yoga is the union of body, mind, and spirit. So in most of the classes, and especially as beginners, you're focusing more on the body aspect of it and moving your body and getting more flexible and strengthening your body. And after you've done yoga for a little while, then you start getting into more of the peacefulness of it, the relaxation of it, and and more into the relaxation part.
Yeah, that's a part I think that people should understand, that you can get to this relaxed place where it really helps take things off your mind. And
Yes.
I know that most businesses start with someone who has a passion for something, and from that passion grows the business.
Correct.
What was your passion that made you just want to do this?
Well, I've been teaching yoga in the area since 2002. So I'd been doing it for a while, and I spoke to my husband last year, and we started looking for a location, and so that's where Restore was born, out of realizing that Belmont County really needed a yoga studio. We don't have one in Belmont County. And so it's a definite need that I saw for the population to have a place where they can go and strengthen their body and relax.
Yeah, well, that's good. I thought there might be a story in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Now, when you said you started your business, when?
We opened July of last year, of 2018.
And you've been teaching yoga for how many years?
Since 2002.
Oh,
Yeah.
So you've been doing this for a long time.
Yes.
What are some of the different classes that you offer?
We have lots of classes for beginners because, around here it's a new concept having a yoga studio. So we have our foundations class is for beginners. A good class to go to if you're a beginner is our gentle class, and also restorative is a good place to start as well.
So you have different options and different things people can do depending on them and what their needs are, I take
Correct,
it?
yeah.
Which leads me to my next question, which is the benefits that your customers derive from taking yoga. What do they get out of it?
Well, a lot of people will say to me that they're not flexible enough to do yoga, and that's really the point of coming to a yoga class, is to gain flexibility in the body. As we age, we lose a lot of our balance, and you can really gain your strength and flexibility back by coming to yoga and getting a lot stronger and more flexible and getting that aspect of relaxation. And a lot of people come to yoga who have very high stressful jobs, and a yoga class in the evening is exactly what they need to kind of calm themselves down from a very stressful day.
Yeah, it kind of, I worked in some very stressful jobs in my life, and I think that unlike most people, when you have that kind of thing going on, you just want to go home and close the door.
Right.
Just leave, turn off the phone, leave me alone, I'm going to relax. When reality is, if you will take the time at the end of your workday to go have a yoga class, you actually will be more energetic and be able to handle all that stress of your day better every day.
That's correct.
So rather than it being a problem, could be the most beneficial thing anyone does, is to come there. And the same thing is true, I've found in my experience, and I have experience in martial arts. And the same thing is true with the stretching that goes on in those movements. That can make someone who has trouble being limber, be limber.
Yes.
To take care of those problems that they have, take care of back pain that they have because they're all uptight all the time and they don't realize it. They think it's something else.
Yeah.
But so I think all of those things. Do you
Right.
agree with that? Those things help you?
Oh, yes, yes. And in our suspension classes, we're seeing a lot of people who have a lot of back and neck issues, because once you invert upside down, all the pressure of your spinal column is completely decompressed. So, yeah, it's very beneficial and very helpful and therapeutic for your body.
Now, I don't think that there's any group of people who wouldn't benefit from yoga, myself.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
No, there isn't. All of our classes are geared towards different aspects of where a person is. So a beginner can easily come to a class if you've done yoga for a while. You can always come to one of our power classes or more physical classes. So yes, we have something for everyone.
well, that's very interesting. I'm glad that you opened this in St. Clairsville. I think it's going to be a
Thank
good
you.
addition to this community, which is growing like crazy. So, and I'm sure there are a lot of people who could use the relaxation and the time spent. What are your hours, so people would know what hours and days you're open?
We're open every day. We have classes every day. We have 9:15 a.m. classes Monday through Friday, and then on Saturdays at 9 a.m. and on Sundays at 4 o'clock p.m. And then in the evenings, we have a 5:30 and a 7 o'clock class most evenings.
So people could find a time in there somewhere
They
to
can
do
find a
this.
time.
How often should someone do this?
At least 3 times a week.
3 times a week?
That's the best route to go, is 3 times a week. If you can only come one, that's fine too, because then you learn what you can maybe do at home before you do the dishes, how to stretch your back out before you do the dishes, something like that.
Yeah.
It's learning what's best for your body.
Are you available on social media, Facebook, a website, any of that sort of thing?
We have, yes, a website, restoreyogaandwellness.com. And then we're on Facebook at Restore Yoga and Wellness, and Instagram.
RestoreWellness.com.
Restore Yoga and
Restore
Wellness.
Yoga and Wellness.
.com. And our wellness aspect of our business is our therapeutic services that we have. We have a massage therapist on staff. We have a chakra balancing person on staff, a Reiki therapist on staff, and a lovely lady who can do sound bath plus Reiki.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty full plate there you have. You're offering an awful lot for people to come and see.
Yeah.
So it would seem to me that taking time to visit you and take a look at the facility would probably be a good start.
Yeah, we love when people come in and check us out. We worked really hard on the facility, and we think it looks great.
Where's it located?
Right uptown, next to Huntington Bank.
Right here in St. Clairsville.
Right here in St. Clairsville.
By Huntington Bank. Okay, well, I'll tell you, I'm pretty excited about you being here, and I think I'm going to wish you well with your new business, and good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.